big story that we're tracking as far as the unfortunate Hathras horror is concerned. Remember, a stampede that broke out at a religious gathering in Uttar Pradesh's Hathras has claimed over 100 lives. 121 deaths have been confirmed so far. Let's also tell you, as we speak, Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, has arrived at the spot. These are live visuals, in fact, that we're getting for you on your screens. You can look at Yogi Adityanath, who has arrived at the particular spot. But let's also tell you other developments that we're tracking as far as this is concerned, considering the fact that alarming information has been detailed in the FIR that has been registered against multiple sections of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Remember, that is the new criminal law. But you're looking at two sets of visuals on your screens at the moment. Of course, one with the fact that UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has arrived. Remember, when the news did break out, that was yesterday, Prime Minister Modi had also dialed Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh over the incident. You're also looking at other important visuals on your screens at the moment as far as this horror, this tragedy is concerned. In fact, let me tell you the fact that the permission over here was sought for 80,000 people. However, there was a total of 2.5 lakh attendees. And after the event ended, we're given to understand that the devotees tried to get soil from where the Baba walked. Women and children in commotion fell into a ditch in a field 3 meters away from the congregation point. But as we speak, these are the live visuals. Let's continue to focus on the same as far as taking cognizance of it. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has arrived at the spot where this incident did take place. At the same time, let's also tell you important details with the FIR suggests the personal security of the government stopped the crowd. My colleague Priyank gets us more details. Let's listen in.
Machinery also could not keep a close watch on the development, the kind of massive crowd which was gathering at this location. According to the FIR, an official statement from the UP police, 80,000 people were given permission without taking into stock that whether they have been proper, basic amenities or the healthcare facility which has been provided to take care of these 80,000 people. But the number exceeded so much that people piled up on each other, which has taken life of 121 people. So keeping you on the ground, exclusive visuals only on Times Now, where we are showing that how CM has arrived here. After meeting the police personnel, he will be straight away going to the spot where the injured are being treated.
All right, like my colleague Priyank was reporting on the same, this is exclusive visuals that we were getting for you as he continued to track that. Very important with the fact that he's pointed out. The first fact is that the UPCM is going to be meeting the police officials and then, of course, visiting the site is what we're given to understand. But let's also tell you initial findings of the stampede, that is because there's no clear demarcation of entry and exit points is what we're given to understand. In fact, though 2.5 lakh devotees had gathered for this religious event, there were no trained medical teams. Let's also tell you that for such a huge gathering, a minimum of 5 ambulances had to be present at the spot, but no ambulances were there. So clearly what we're picking up is that glaring lapses that has come to the fore. In fact, organizers had deployed only a few hundred volunteers. There was no barricading of the route where the self-styled Godman's cavalcade was passing through. In fact, some number of volunteers were less and there was no barricading. In fact, details of this is that the devotees wanted to pick soil from the ground on which Narayan Rai, the self-styled Godman, had walked and his cavalcade had driven through. And this essentially led to the stampede. But very important to also note here as far as the FIR is concerned, because remember, he has not been named in it, and at the same time he is on the run, which the official did state as well. But as we speak, these are the visuals that we're getting for you of the fact that the state UP Chief Minister has arrived in Hathras. He's going to be meeting the police officials first and then, of course, going to the site is what our colleague Priyank was also pointing out. But more importantly, overcrowding is what led to the stampede. Remember, very concerning numbers. It currently stands at 121 as far as the death toll, but that might likely increase. But the initial details of the FIR as to what led to the Hathras horror, let's tell you. Number one reason is that permission sought for 80,000 people, like we've been focusing on, but it was 2.5 lakh people who attended it. Number two is the fact that in rush to clean the path for the cavalcade, attendees fell in a ditch and got crushed. Now, reason 3 also being is that the government security stopped the crowd when they fled to field, as well as the fact that no help was provided by organizers.